I had to share this with you because it feels like a cheat code, and I don't normally use that type of language on my channel, but I'm going to show you a genuine method for making content faster, easier, and with a lot less stress. And after being full-time on YouTube for nearly 6 months now, I can confidently say that this is one of the most important things that I've learned. If you want to save time, make more videos without burning out, or just free up more headspace for the rest of your life, I believe this video will genuinely help you. So when I first started out, everything took me ages. Planning a video took too long, editing took forever, and thumbnails, don't even get me started. Some days I'd be staring at Canva thinking, what am I even doing here? Is this thumbnail any good? And I tried uploading 3 times a week because I saw a vidIQ study, which I've mentioned in a video I'll link at the end, and they said that creators who upload more often grow faster. And the study's legit. But for me, the reality didn't feel good. I felt like I was always rushing, trying to hit a schedule instead of focusing on quality. And that didn't feel good. So I scaled back to 2 videos per week and decided to rethink my whole workflow. I asked myself, how can I make good videos consistently without wanting to pull my hair out, which might be kind of difficult for me, right? Anyway, that's when I realized something really important. I didn't need to create every video the same way. There were different types of video that I could mix and match, and each type had its own workflow advantages and disadvantages. So first, a key thing is to identify what type of videos you currently make and what type you could make. Because understanding that you could make multiple different types of videos can be a huge part of this process. You might feel like you're locked into a certain type of style of video that takes ages to make, and that's probably not true. So I'm going to show you what I do and then help you to realize the same things that I did, which was the first key part of saving huge amounts of time and stress. So let's do that first. So the first type of video I make is what I call low effort. And I don't mean low quality, it just means low time spent. These are talking head videos. You point the camera at your face and you talk. You don't need a script. Sometimes you don't even need notes. And you can do these sitting or walking around, inside or outside. You just turn on the camera and share your thoughts. Some of my most popular videos are filmed like this. One take, no script, no studio lighting, no overthinking. Now, whether this works for you depends on a few things. Can you speak naturally to a camera, off the cuff, without any planning? If not, I would highly suggest that you practice this and get good at it, because these videos are so efficient to make once you have the skills. Now, don't worry, I'm going to help you with this in a moment, but you can make this easier by imagining you're explaining whatever it is to a friend. And of course, this means you need to have your ideas in your head. So you need to know the subject fairly well if you're going to try to teach someone, for example. But maybe you're just sharing thoughts or ideas, and in that case, just hit record and do it. Now, something else you need to consider is, can you film indoors or outdoors? Indoors gives you privacy, consistent lighting, no wind noise, and all sorts of other stuff. And you can potentially keep your gear set up permanently. Whereas outdoors gives your videos natural movement and background interest. And so sometimes you barely need to edit at all, because the visual environment itself naturally helps to hold viewers' interest. And if outdoor filming isn't your thing, filming in your car is one of the best hacks in the world. It's quiet, it's private, and you can do it while you're carrying out some kind of other errand you need to do. And because these are so easy to make, you can possibly add these into your existing workflow to complement the videos that you're already making. So here's the workflow for this type of video. Super simple. Come up with an idea, practice it if you need to, choose a location to film it in, hit record and talk. And that's it. If you do want notes, what I do is I make a simple table in Google Slides, which is basically Google's free version of PowerPoint. And then I have the topic goes in the left column and the specific talking points in the right. Just glance it and then talk. No real reading or awkward pauses. All you need to do is, if you have multiple slides, is you can swipe left to go to the next one, meaning that you can hold your phone in one hand and your camera in the other hand, and you're good to go. For thumbnails, I literally scrub through my footage in my editing software. I find a frame where I'm pulling a decent face, I screenshot it, drop it into Canva, add some text, and I'm done. For titles, thumbnail text, tags, and video description, I throw a quick prompt into ChatGPT and ask it to create these things for me, including multiple titles I can get inspiration from. And that's it, you're done. And this can work for any niche. And if you're unsure how they'd work for your niche, comment below, describe your channel for me, and I'll give you a few tailored ideas of how you could do this for yourself. So that brings us on to the second type of video that I create. And it's what I call medium effort, like this one you're watching right now. And the main difference is that this is a fully scripted video. These are perfect when you want structure, clarity, or detail. These videos take a little more time, but they allow you to cover more complex topics that need more research and planning. And if you're going to make scripted videos regularly, I'm telling you now, a teleprompter is life-changing. They're cheap. Mine was about, I don't know, 40 bucks or something. I'll link it down in the description. And it's probably the best purchase that I've made for my channel. Some larger creators like Dave Geltimer, for example, use a teleprompter for every single video. But here's the real breakthrough I made with scripted videos. This is the thing that genuinely feels like cheating. I don't write my scripts anymore, I speak them. Typing takes ages for me. I've typed fairly fast, but I can't really write like I talk unless I heavily edit. And typing makes me overthink every sentence or keep going back to read what I've written before, because creating the next few sentences took so long that I can't remember what I just talked about in the previous section. But talking's natural. Talking sounds like you, and talking just lets the ideas flow out. So here's my exact method, and it's improved my entire workflow. Step 1 is use your phone to talk out your script. There are free pre-installed apps on Android and Apple phones. On Android, it's Voice Recorder, and on iPhone, it's Voice Memo. And these apps let you talk for as long as you want. They're perfect for walks, perfect for the car, perfect for those random moments when inspiration hits and you don't want to lose it. I just talk like I'm explaining the topic to a friend or presenting it to a group of people in a presentation. Sometimes it comes out messy, sometimes in a jumbled order, and sometimes it's too long. But that doesn't matter, because I'm going to show you how to fix all of those issues. Getting the ideas out of your head is the initial goal here. So that brings us on to step 2, transcribe it. Both apps have a built-in transcription feature. You just hit one button and get a text version of everything you just said. Now you copy the text and you paste it into Google Docs, and suddenly you have a full script written in your own voice in a fraction of the time it would have taken you to type it out. Now we come on to step 3. We shape it with ChatGPT. So I drop the text into ChatGPT and I tell it, remove repetition, remove filler words, improve clarity, keep it sounding like me, don't change my tone, keep the details, but optimize for flow and efficiency. It knows my style pretty well now, but I still think that I need to do small tweaks. So what I do is I copy ChatGPT's version and then I paste it into Google Docs again, and then I read through and make small edits. ChatGPT does have its own phrases it likes to use, like, and here's the twist. So if you hear those phrases in a video, you know that ChatGPT probably has a hand in creating that video. Anyway, this stage usually only takes a few minutes. And that brings us on to step 4, which is load it into the teleprompter and then record. So once the script is cleaned up, I have my teleprompter app, which is called Nano Teleprompter. It's a one-off payment and it's yours for life. And I'll link it down in the description for you. And Nano Teleprompter can be linked with my Google Drive. So any script that I drop into the folder for Nano Teleprompter in Google Drive will appear in the teleprompter app. So it's super simple, and then it's just ready to go. And because the script is written in the way that I speak naturally, reading it is really easy. I almost never stumble, and most videos take me one clean take. It saves an unbelievable amount of time. Now, of course, you can edit both these styles of video that we've already covered, but then we're getting into more of the third type of video I make. And those are the ones I class as deep dive or high effort. When I first started, every video I made felt like this type. It's your fully crafted high effort video, which involves all of or most of these things that are coming up. So it involves thorough research, planning and outlining, a spoken thorough script, complex editing, visuals, cutaways, graphics, maybe B-roll, and to go with it, sometimes a stronger thumbnail concept. This is your tutorial, your deep dive, I want this video to not miss out anything. These take the longest, and I used to feel like this is the only type of video that I should make. But in my experience, all three of these types of videos have a place, and none, for me, is more or less effective than any of the others. Instead, it's more the subject of the video that determines my vision for how I should make it. I can't do a full CapCut tutorial while I'm walking around in the forest, for example. I also can't do it without a plan, as there are so many intricate parts to remember. So select the video type based on your vision for that video. But here's the workflow I use. So step 1 is research and mind dump. I collect everything together: stats, quotes, step-by-step explanations, examples, screenshots, case studies, my own experiences, and I drop all of that into a messy Google Doc. And this is like the ingredients phase. I'm just gathering what I need. And then I put them into bullet point sort of talking points. So in step 2, I turn those research notes into a spoken script. So instead of writing it out, I talk it out from the bullet points. I'll look at my notes and just explain them out loud, almost like I'm giving a lecture or teaching a friend. Talking through research makes the video more human and a lot less of a monologue. And then step 3 is transcribe it, clean it up, and shape it. So just like before, you transcribe the video, you ask ChatGPT to tidy it up, reorganize the structure, add transitions and a clear narrative, and make sure it sounds like me. And this stage shapes the whole video. And then step 4 is craft the visual story. Because this is a high effort video, I think about things like B-roll, screenshots, pop-ups, text on screen and titles, graphs or examples on screen, step-by-step sections. These videos feel more produced and are more complicated, but sometimes they're also necessary. And depending on your niche, they could be the majority of the content you make. But in a moment, we're going to have a chat about that, because do they need to be? But let's come back to that in a second, because you still need to do step 5, and that is record, edit and refine. Once everything's ready, I record with the teleprompter, then I edit with more care than maybe a simple talking head video, or sometimes I use my script as notes and I record the video in manageable sections. So for example, on a CapCut video where I'm showing 5 editing techniques, I might read the intro directly from the script using the teleprompter, but then the first editing technique, I might read that section just to prompt me and then actually record it from memory rather than following the script. So I'm kind of mixing and matching the 2 different styles here. And again, this adds another level of complexity because you've got to plan out how you're going to record each part. And it requires a lot more mental capital from you than it would just making a talking head video. It does for me at least. But at the end of it, you should come out with a high quality detailed video. And again, my CapCut beginner's guide that I made in this very way is my second most popular video. The studio tour video I made, which I would probably say was medium effort, combining notes with talking head and a bit of structure and planning, that's actually my most popular video. And my third most popular is just hit record. I had no planning or notes or anything. I literally just hit record and spoke. So there's a place for all of these video types, and that's key to this first stage of improving your workflow. You need to understand that you can probably make any or all of these types of video on your channel. If you only make the high effort videos at the moment, could you come up with ideas for low effort ones you could weave into your content creation process? Like I said, if you can't see how you could do that, comment below and I'll try and help. But now we come to the last piece of the puzzle, batch recording. This is the part that really brings it all together. Instead of creating videos one at a time, I now batch record 2 or more videos in one session. I'm literally doing that right now. This is the second video that I'm recording for today. And you can do 3 or 4 if you want. You can even get weeks ahead by doing this. If you record 4 videos in a single session, you potentially have an entire month's worth of content recorded and ready for editing in a single session. And then if these are low effort videos, you can probably get the entire month's content recorded, edited and uploaded in a single day if you really want to. Batching gives you no more panic recording the night before upload day, a safety net if you get sick or you need time off, more consistency, more mental space, more time to focus on improving quality instead of rushing, or more time to work on other aspects of improving your channel, like learning new editing skills or creating digital products to sell. If you have multiple scripts ready, and you will once you start talking them out on your phone like I do, then recording becomes stupidly efficient. You press record, you read script 1, you stop, you press record, you read script 2, and so on until you're done. And then you edit them throughout the week and the pressure disappears because you're ahead, you make better decisions. You're calmer, you're more creative. Batching is honestly one of the most underrated skills in the content creation process. And as a bonus, it also means that you only need to set yourself up for recording once. If you move around to different locations every time you record, or if you don't have a permanent setup, recording multiple videos in one session means you only have to set up your equipment once. This can save a huge amount of time. This whole process, identifying the types of video you can make, talking your scripts out instead of writing them, using a teleprompter, batch recording, it has genuinely transformed how I work. I feel more relaxed, I'm more consistent, and it's helped me to develop a schedule to stick to. I now release videos on a Tuesday and a Thursday, using the days in between to plan them out. And then for Friday, I'm free to do whatever I want, either on my channel or on other tasks outside of YouTube. And it now saves me so many hours of my life. If you want to try some of the tools I've mentioned, I'll leave links in the description, especially the teleprompter, because that thing is a game changer. And if you want help with how to create videos in a simple way, check out the videos on the screen right now and in the description below. They'll walk you through exactly how to do it.